Hi, and welcome back. It's a chilly morning today, 24.6 degrees at 9 o'clock. And what I want to talk about this morning is my stealthy dipole that I have on the side of my house right outside the window over here. And it's hooked up on top of the roof of the RV, and it bridges over to the roof of the house. And like I said before, I have a whole video on this, how I constructed this. It's very stealthy. I'm very happy with it, but I wanted to show you my, go take a look at it out in the snow, and we're going to talk about how the SWR changes with temperature. So with that in mind, let's take a walk outside and go take a look at the antenna. As you can see out here, the backyard is quite a bit of snow laying on the ground. And here you can see how I have the antenna sitting on the RV, and it goes over and rests against the roof. And you can see how I have to keep the snow cleared from it. And the good thing about this antenna is it is encased in PVC pipe. I have a video all about how I constructed this. So it is pretty much waterproof, and I think for the most part water does not get into it. And here's another shot of it. And as you can see, if you're looking from the street, it's pretty stealthy. You would never know I have an antenna here. So I guess the point of this video is to show you, if I had a traditionally mounted, vertically mounted antenna that was way up in the air, I wouldn't have to worry about this. But since I want to be stealthy and I have it mounted on the roof and the RV, it's going to get snow on it. We get snow here in the winter. And it does affect the SWR. And I don't know if it's the snow so much as probably the cold. I'm guessing it's all enclosed, so I'm not getting ice in there, and I know the ice is not bridging a connection between where the wires feed in, where they're connected. So I know that's not happening, but I think what's happening is when it gets really cold, I think the antenna is probably getting shorter. Due to the wire, or perhaps even to the PVC pipe it's enclosed in. It's not perfectly flat. And probably the same goes when it gets really hot. But I mean, it's not off that much. I'm usually running about 1.1, 1.2 on channel 40 and about 1.4 on channel 1. And let's go over and I'll show you what it's doing right now. It's, let's see, what are we at? We're at 24 degrees right now. So let's go see what our SWR is. Now as we check SWR, the thing to remember is we are running the KL203P amp. So it's a little bit dirty, so it makes our SWR higher. So as I'm checking SWR, I'm checking it with the amp on. It would be much lower if I didn't have the amp on. All right, so let's take a look at the SWR in channel 1. It's all calibrated, and we are right about 1.4. And let's go to channel 40 here. And look at that, not quite 1.1. All right, so we had a lower SWR reading on channel 40. So what that means is our antenna is too short. But in reality, it isn't. I mean, a reading under 1.5 to me is great. And I don't use the lower channels. I like to tune it up towards the upper channels because 99% of the time I'm using my CB for skip. So I have a reading right now of around 1.1, and that's great. And that was the purpose of this video. I just was going to show you how the SWR is, like I said, it's affected by the cold. And to some extent, not always, but I notice sometimes if I really have a lot of snow on it, it'll mess up the SWR. But, you know, I get a lot of viewers saying, you know, I should get it up high, and I know I should, but for some reason that antenna just works wonderfully there. And, you know, I have close to 1,000 contacts on Skip. In the past probably year and a half, I've made almost 1,000 contacts. And like I said, as far away as Australia. I know it's a good solar cycle, but this antenna works pretty good. And locally, I can get out. I've gotten out as close to 8 miles with the location it's on. So I know it works well. And I'm wondering if part of it, maybe the great Skip contacts I get, is I'm at 5,000 feet and I'm surrounded by mountains. So you have to wonder if maybe I'm bouncing my signal off the granite mountain somehow, and that's maybe helping magnify my signal or directing it differently. I'm not quite sure. Leave me a comment if you have any ideas on that. So that's pretty much it. This was kind of a short video, and I just wanted to share, you know, the issues I deal with here, and I'm sure a lot of you that live back east probably have similar problems if you have a dipole that's mounted on a roof or somewhere similar, a flat area. So I'd love to hear your thoughts on that and your experiences with it. So there you have it. Thanks for watching. My channel's doing great. I appreciate all the new subscribers and my existing ones. Please comment. I love reading the comments and responding to them. So thanks again, and I will see you next time.